This is Charlie Mike, the podcast. Veterans helping veterans, talking about things happening in the veteran community, things we've experienced and overcome, such as addictions, PTSD, depression, legal trouble, and we also promote veteran-owned businesses. If you're talking about it, we're talking about it. This is Charlie Mike, the podcast.
So, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Charlie Mike, the podcast. As always, I'm your host, Ro. And man, things have been kind of hectic. As you know that I've been on a little hiatus. There's been a lot going on in the back. Brought in a new baby and new location.
That's not me, by the way. I'm not the baby.
Yeah. So if you follow me on social media, you know I share a lot of stuff and it's a blessing. You know, the family's growing, man. The family's growing.
It's a beautiful thing, bro.
It is, dude.
When I saw that little thing, man, I'm like, look at that. Let's hashtag God's work right there, bro.
Bro, I was an emotional wreck for a week. I felt like, I was crying for any little reason. I really was. Like after
is that all 1 week?
Bro,
Oh man,
no, bro. I'm still doing it. I'm not gonna lie. I was trying to man up a little bit, but I can't.
Let it out, bro. Let it out. That is manning up. Let it out.
Man, it's a surreal feeling because I have older kids. Mm-hmm. My daughter Faith is 19. She's about to be 20. My daughter Layla's 12, about to be 13. And you know, when my oldest, Faith, I was in the military, man.
Yeah.
I was doing the Army thing. I was doing the party thing. I wasn't worried about trying to be a father and cherish these moments because, didn't realize that it goes by so fast.
Yes.
So now I'm sitting back and I'm
more cognizant, you're more aware,
I'm taking the moments
more gratitude,
in, man.
Right?
I'm taking the moments in and I'm sitting back and it's just I get emotional all the time, and I just like it's crazy. And I'm blessed, dude. I'm 42 years old. I got a newborn baby, a beautiful, beautiful girlfriend who's soon to be fiance. Shh, don't tell her. Yeah, man, it's just, business is booming, man. I'm in a new location. This is about, man, let me talk about it. First of all, introduce yourself, man.
Yeah, man. Lou Rosado Jr. Man, a lot of things I do. Financial planners where the bread and butter is at, right? Mm-hmm. So I do what's called fee-based financial planning. Super simple. I don't do complex, right? Life, as you know, brother, is complicated enough as it is. How about we simplify things?
Yeah, simple.
Right? So I take that approach to financial planning. I do it for a flat fee.
Yeah.
I don't care about how much money you have,
uh-huh.
Right? I care about where you want to go and what you want to do with the money that you do have.
Right.
And I meet you where you are, meaning if you don't know the difference between a stock and a bond, brother, that's where we're going to start.
Yeah,
right.
That's good.
And my thought process, my ideology, my system is to educate you. That way you can now make informed decisions about what's best for you and your family with my guidance.
Right.
Right. I rock with you.
Yeah.
Right. So that approach, it's very unique in my industry because, full disclosure, man, there's not a lot of income there.
Mm-hmm.
In doing it in that capacity.
Okay, I got you.
Right? It's ground root, it's ground level, it's grassroots, it's the nooks and crannies, right? Us normal people, so to speak.
Yeah.
Right? That don't make tons of money. So we don't need financial literacy? Right?
I'll tell you one thing. One thing I love about you and I see, we talked about your social media thing going on right now. Well, we could touch on that in a little bit, but one thing I love about you, man, is the way I learn is sounds dumb, but I go and I get a book on how to do this for dummies. Mm-hmm. And because it breaks it down,
Barney style, right?
Style.
Yeah, man.
I forgot. Barney style.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Man. So that's the way I learn. And I see that you make it simple, man.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
And bravo, that's props to you, man.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
It honestly, it stems from me needing it, not being able to find it.
Yeah. Okay.
I was 41, and man, I'm making good money, but I don't understand. I don't even know my 401k, how it works, right? And I could not get a financial advisor to work with me.
Yeah.
And it's because I wasn't bringing, even though I was making great money,
you
I
weren't
wasn't
bringing in
bringing
that.
significant amount to the table. And I didn't understand that they work for commission.
Right.
The average is about 1%, right? Give or take a bit here or there. And I got frustrated. I said, all right, well, that means I need to level up then. So at 42, I went to college. 41, I went to college. By 43, I was done my associates and my bachelor's and decided I was going to be a financial planner. And yeah, of course, take care of doctors and lawyers and all that. Why? Because if nobody's going to do it, then I need all of y'all to move out of my way so that I can do it.
Okay.
That was what got me through. That's how I was able to power through getting 2 degrees in 2 years.
Yeah.
I'm going to do for others what nobody's going to do for me. And not, let me be clear. There are people that will, give me a tip or two here or there.
Yeah.
No. That's not what I'm looking for.
Right.
I want to pay you for your services, and I want you to teach me how money works.
Right.
And nobody would do that.
Okay.
Right. So now that's the space that I operate in. It's super. I take the complex. We make it really, really simple. Understand? Cool. Great. Congratulations. You're now a professional, right? You're a specialist. You understand how life insurance operates. Right. Now, how much of which type do you feel works best for you? And we have that conversation about you and your family.
Okay.
And we just apply that accordingly every step. My whole process is upwards of, on average, is about a dozen or so meetings before you have a full comprehensive financial plan. We're going to talk about your tax situation. I'm going to look over your homeowners and car insurance to make sure you're adequately covered there. I don't sell it. I have people for that. But it's a dollar sign. It's part of your expenses, one of your expenses, right? So we need to make sure that you're taken care of. We're going to look at your estate planning. You can put up the best fight in the world, brother, but Father Tom is undefeated. You're going one day.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's decades from now.
Yep.
But even when it is, if it is that, then what? Right? What are we leaving behind?
Now, I've run into a lot of old heads, that they talk about financial planning and things like that. But I know a lot of them say, hey, when I die, I want the last check I write to bounce. How do you feel when you hear somebody say that?
So if I had a client that was of that mindset, listen, it's not about my opinions, right? It's about how do we execute that,
right? Okay, yeah.
How do we execute that, and getting you to understand the trade-offs, right? I actually know someone who lives in that space. Not a client, just a friend.
Right.
That's why it's not a client.
Yeah.
But listen,
it's not me.
It's not him. If you're going to operate that way, you need to be prepared for if you go tomorrow,
right?
Or if you go 35 years from now.
Yeah.
Right? And what if there's an accident? Just because, listen, it's not live or die.
Right?
There's a thing called disabled. It happens. Very good friend of mine, one of my best friends, sister, car accident, wheelchair. Perfectly fine up here and able from the waist up. That's a game changer.
Yeah, man.
Right?
Yeah.
So what about those situations? If you truly don't care about any of it, you just want to spend, then you really don't need me.
Right. Okay,
God bless you. Have at it.
Yeah. Have fun. Yeah. Be careful.
Yeah. Hope it works out for you, Skipper.
Look both ways for crossing that street.
And enjoy the ride.
Yeah, man. That's crazy. So, hey, this is your first Christmas here or your second?
It is my second Christmas here.
Second Christmas. And you were originally from
New Jersey. Yeah, I'm a good dude. Please don't hold it against me, man.
All right, man. Now, are you getting comfortable enough on Christmas Day to be wearing flip-flops, T-shirts, and a shirt?
Yes, don't threaten me with a good time.
You don't miss the snow?
What? If I never see another flake a day in my life, it will be too soon. I see it on TV and I change the channel.
Like that?
Listen, I lived I lived in my house for 17 years in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Did a ton of stripped it down to the studs, brother. Ceiling, everything, new floors. And that was over a stretch, And a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of sweat equity, a lot of heart, taking that house and making it our home. And people said, man, all that, what did it feel like when you left? I said, bro, I didn't even look in the rearview mirror.
That's it.
Gone.
Yeah.
Gone. Don't miss it in the least.
Did you change your sports teams yet? I noticed you've been catching a couple sporting events.
Quite a few, brother.
Yeah.
We've been to Roughneck games.
Yeah.
We've been to Astros games.
They do it different out here, boy.
Understatement.
Yeah.
Understatement. But you know what? I'll say this too. It's with such a high level of respect too.
Okay.
Because on the East Coast,
yeah,
they look for fights.
Oh yeah. Well, you go to a Dallas game, they do that.
I get that.
Yeah. So we're kind of different down here in the South. Bro.
Yeah.
We like to chill.
I went to the Texans game. So I'm a Bills fan.
Okay. Oh, y'all got a crazy freaking fan base, bro.
What?
Yeah,
I love it, man.
I don't understand.
And I've seen it grow.
The table thing is crazy. Yeah. I don't understand it. It's insane, bro. I don't know. Yeah.
There's a lot of, hey, listen, I mean, the cheeseheads weren't normal and now they are, right? So there's the mafia, brother.
You're right.
But Miami came to town. So it was kind of like a win-win for me. I get to support the Texans while rooting, you know what I mean, against Miami and whatnot. And it was so much fun to just watch the dynamic because all the fans were trash talking.
Yep. There was a lot of Miami fans there.
Bro.
Yeah.
It was loud in there when things were going the other way. Yep. I was a little surprised. I was at H-Town, got to step up. Come on now.
Yeah.
But
there was a lot of Houston-born players on the Miami team.
Houston-born players are on every team.
But I guess they were like bring your friends and family. You know what I mean? Like, so, yeah.
The whole half of one side of the stadium was that teal, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It was like that when I went last year when Pittsburgh came to town.
Pittsburgh fans travel.
Dude, I thought I was at Pittsburgh for a minute, man. All them yellow towels and everything. I was like, whoa.
They travel.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'll go to pretty much any football game. I won't go to Dallas because I won't go to any Dallas thing. I mean, not to talk about all the fans, but a lot of them, bro, just don't know how to act.
Yeah.
And it's just, I mean, you put Dallas and Houston together and it just doesn't.
Imagine those fans in Philly.
I couldn't imagine. Nah.
Philly's, bro, we play Philly once every 4 years.
They're gangster too, huh? Worse than Raiders?
Oh, man, women will pick a fight with you.
Oh, shit, that's Dallas.
Oh, bro, it's yeah. Like, I don't take my wife. I've been to several football games.
Yeah.
I don't take my wife with me. I've never taken my kids with me.
So when the football came back to Houston, man, the tailgate rules were insane. They were crazy. Everybody come, everybody party, everybody get down with the get down. No tickets needed, nothing like that, man. Just come and tailgate. And then we played Dallas for the first time, and shit got crazy.
Game changer.
Yeah, all fights. People got arrested. It was crazy. It was just insane. After that, they changed the rules. Like, yo.
It's fun while it lasts.
Yeah. Y'all gotta have
That's
tickets
where
to
rules come from, right? When things get out of control, laws get broken. Okay, so let's make these rules now.
Yeah. It's the same thing in the military, man. When you walk into a restroom and it says "Don't piss on the ceiling," somebody pissed
did
on the
it.
ceiling. Like, oh man, I'm impressed. How did he do that? Like,
I got some arch, but bro.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, wow. Yeah. Oh man, but the family, how they doing?
Oh man,
your daughter was in college.
My daughter, she's wrapping up. As a matter of fact, she just banged out her midterms.
Yeah.
So she is now unwinding and decompressing there.
That's a lot, man. That's
and baby girl is doing her thing, and it's such a bittersweet thing, right? It's like you fold the perfect paper airplane. Mm-hmm. Everything is like incredible and amazing, and then you just want to keep it because it's like so perfect, bro. But they're made to be flown, right? So, and you're just watching this thing sail, and it is beautiful. It just glides, and it just gets further and further and further, and you're like proud of it, but you miss it.
I know how you feel, man. Especially with that. My daughter did a nursing thing, and she went. and she graduated and she's doing her internship. She's got another week of internship, and she called me the other day and said, "Dad," she said, they had a sit down with me at the place she works. And I said, "Oh yeah." I said, "What'd they say?" They said, "Well, they said they love the way I work. They want to hire me." And I said, "Man, that's amazing, man." I said, "What'd you say?" She said, "Yes." I was like, "Good."
Work ethic, brother. Work
I said,
ethic,
"Man,
right?
you know, I'm just so proud of her, man. She's knocking it out, man. You know, she's been through a lot, bro. I put her through a lot. Oh, her mom, not to talk about her mom, but her mom did too. You know, we were young, dumb kids and
Been there, done that.
battling
Yeah.
our own demons with addiction and things like that, man. It's just to see her, man, shine, bro. I'm just like, dang. You know, I want to take credit, but at the same time, I'm like, no, I know that I helped, but I
Yeah.
didn't help as much as I could. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, I look at my kids. You know, my son is 24 now, just turned 24 last month, and he is going down the entrepreneur path now.
Yeah.
Yes. So, being an entrepreneur, I was just as
Struggle.
proud as I was petrified.
Yeah.
Like, bro,
Gotta hustle,
you
baby.
thought it was tough before.
Yeah.
You know, he's doing the thing, 10-hour days.
Yeah, man.
You know, putting everything he's got into it. So, helping him as much as I can, but he's stubborn. He's stubborn. Dad, I got it. Sure.
Yeah.
You know, because I kind of know what it is.
Yeah.
You know, but to your point, man, you know, you're always. I don't care, man, how good of a father you are. You will always feel like there's one moment here, one moment there where you could have done. And you know what that's called, bro? Hindsight.
Yeah.
2020, man.
You're right.
You know, I look at situations in the past, like, you know, I probably could have handled that better with my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, win more than you lose, right? Put up more dubs than you do L's.
Yeah.
And you pray for the best.
Right.
You know, and then I look at them grinding, putting in the work, man.
Excellent.
You know, it's like, all right.
Maybe I did
think we
all
did all
right.
right.
I did all right. Yeah.
You know, maybe it wasn't perfect, but it was perfect for them.
Yeah, it was
You know,
questionable there for
so-
a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah, man. Especially, you know, similar with my wife and I, we've been together almost 30 years now. So we were kids when we got together.
Yeah.
She was 18, I was 19.
Oh, y'all were
You know,
babies.
yeah, man. You know, and 4 years later, we're married with a kid.
Yeah.
You know, still trying to learn wipe my own ass.
Yeah.
Much less his kids now.
Yeah.
And I got, you know, oh, bro. You know, so.
Dang.
And that's why I have all the respect in the world for single moms. You know, my mother was a single mother.
Yeah.
And I know how hard it was for her. I know how hard it was for my wife and I. And we were both there and present and active. And it was still tough.
Yeah.
So when I see a single mom doing that damn thing, oh man, it just
It's amazing,
I
man.
choke up, bro. I do.
Bro, I tell you, man. You know, Tony, that's my girlfriend's name. Who, bro, she's shining, man. She's shining, and I tell her, I said, "Claire, you're doing amazing." I said, "You're absolutely everything." I said, "I don't even think it's possible, but I feel like I've fallen madly or deeply in love with you because of
Don't
watching
ever
you,
stop that.
watching
Don't
you do
ever
what you
stop
do
that.
right now. You know what I'm saying?
Fall in love
Yeah.
with that woman every single morning.
Yeah,
Don't let it slip, bro. I'm telling you, every morning when you open your eyes, look at her and fall in love again.
man, that's dope.
Telling you, man.
Yeah,
You know, since moving here, we've been together for 28 years now. And I've watched her over this past year. Like, if this has been her growth in life, it's a wall right now that she just, I mean, absolutely exploded. And still finding her new way,
yeah,
you know? And I'm absolutely loving it. Doing what I can to try to find the balance of helping and encouraging and supporting while staying out of her way.
right.
Right? Don't grow the way I want you, right? But you tell me what you need, and sometimes you know what it is, right? You don't know what you need,
Yeah,
right? So that's my role in the relationship, you know, to figure out what she needs to help her be her
yeah,
and find her.
that's dope. That boy dropping jewels, man.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, man. So, man, I noticed you've been real active with the Houston Veteran Chamber of Commerce.
Yes.
What's your position there? How did you get involved with that?
Yeah. So when I first came down here, I didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
And I went to a networking conference,
Uh-huh.
and I got the opportunity to be on stage for a 10-minute hot seat session, Q&A. And somewhere along the lines, I'd mentioned something about the Marine Corps. And I got a bark from the audience. I barked back, and
Fucking Marines.
you know how it is, man. You know, everything stops, man.
Yeah, you
made
right.
eye contact, lock in, see my devil dog, keep it moving.
Yeah.
You know, after the session was done, beeline right for him. Introduce myself. We start talking, and he mentions the chamber,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, "What? I can go and network with other military? When and where?
Yeah.
You know." And man, I say it felt like home.
Right.
You know, it wasn't networking for the sake of networking. You know, and first of all, the second I didn't even introduce myself, but the man introducing me said Marine, and all of a sudden people start taking shots.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
it's that kind of party. This is real,
That's why I love it.
right? Exactly,
Yeah.
right? Exactly. So, fell in love from the rip, from day one. And stuck around. And coincidentally, we were putting together an expo. It was I think maybe 2 months away at the GRB.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
About 200 veteran-owned businesses were going to be on display there at this expo. And I said, hey, man, you guys need help? And I said, yeah, we got tons of things that need to be done. What can you do? I can hammer the highest nail you got, man. Point in a direction. So we need someone to run registration.
Yeah.
I said, all right, what's entailed in that? Well, anyone who comes up, you know, you're going to have to check them in. All right, cool. So who do I help out? I'm like, well, no, nobody's doing it. So now you do it. Oh, okay.
Was that John?
Yeah, it was John. Yeah. What gave it away, right? So yeah, man. And God is great. He gave me a couple great volunteers.
Yeah.
Gave them all the shine, gave them all the light. You know,
That's what it's about.
Yeah, man. I told them how things are going to operate and step back and let them do the thing.
Yeah, man.
You know, and during, like, once they were in cruise control, I start floating around. You know, how you doing? Hey, how did you hear about the chamber? And how did you hear about this expo? And getting input from people and talking to people and meeting more people. After the expo was done, I see the trio there. It was Dave, John, and Jonathan.
Yep.
You know, and they're talking and they're kind of looking at me and they're talking and they're looking at me. And I said to my wife, I'm like, babe, something's about to happen.
Yeah.
You know, and
hold my purse.
I get that. Yeah. I get that. Right. I'm like, here he goes. You know, and I said, listen, you know, we're looking for someone to take a leadership role. You know, you're interested, and you know me, man.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
How we do it. Yeah, I'm in. Well, let's talk about it. We can talk about it on the way. I'm in. The role is membership director.
Okay.
So my job in that role is to support membership on a ground level,
Mm-hmm.
right? You and I had a conversation, you know, some time ago. You know, what do you need from the chamber?
Right.
And full transparency,
Yeah.
right? You know, one of the things you said was the places you guys get together sometimes. I cannot go to with my history, with my addiction. It's not healthy for me.
Right.
I'm like, man, we are failing this guy. We're failing people like him. We can't have that, right? So we've leveled up, right? And as a matter of fact, we're going to be at, shout out Bubba's 33. We're going to be at Bubba's 33 in Pasadena, January 23rd, I believe.
Yeah.
It's going to be our first mixer down here.
I'll be there.
Man, my guy,
Yeah,
you know,
I'll be there.
that's a direct impact from your feedback. You know, locations matter, and for a myriad of reasons, you know, so we were only doing smaller spots, and the only consistent spot was Honor Cafe in Conroe.
Oh, it's good people.
Yeah, Chris Sato, I love
Man,
that dude,
that
man.
dude, he's good people.
Man, I'll be here all day.
Yeah,
talking about that
same.
guy. All right. But man, Conroe's far, you know?
Yeah.
People in
But
Katy.
you're in that.
Yeah,
Kind of.
oh man, it's 20 minutes from me. Well, depending on traffic, anywhere from 15 to 45 minutes, right?
Yeah. Well, shit, with traffic, we're looking at 1 day to maybe an hour and a half.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds about right? Yeah, I can get there in about an hour and a half to Friday,
Yeah,
right? You know,
yeah.
So people in Katy were like, "Hey, man, what about us over here?"
Okay, yeah.
You know, so now we're rocking and rolling over there. Scholars and Scoundrels
Good.
is a beautiful location, and we're there once a month. And now on the South Side, man, now on the South Side. So
Yeah,
we're
that's what's up.
we're listening, we're growing. And it's been beautiful, man. It's been beautiful.
Man, I gotta link y'all up with the people here at Spacious, man. They got an event center across the way, and it's nice, man. It's nice.
Is that right?
They do amazing things here. It's like I told you, family operated. Amazing people, man. They've been nothing but, man. Hey, here, do it.
Yeah,
Have fun. Let us know what you need. And I'm like, okay.
that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yes, I came in here and I told her, I said, hey, I'll be sitting down looking at the walls for a little bit. Just, don't mind me. I haven't lost my mind. Just trying to figure it out. She's like, all right. So I was like, okay. So I put this up and she was like, oh, you do some, what she call it? Remodeling on the sides. I said, man, I've never done this before in my life. I said, I Googled this and I asked my brother and then I painted that wall and I never did that. I painted that and then we're doing brick on that side.
Nice.
It's just insane, man. It's just, they've been so supportive about everything. And I love it here. I love it here. So
Peace of mind is priceless, brother.
man, you telling me.
Yeah,
It
man.
definitely is.
For sure.
And all the opportunities in the world are opening up now. And it's crazy.
That's been one of the greatest things here, right? Like when I came here, it was when you and I met. My wife was still back in Jersey. I was here. I call it on a part-time basis. It was anywhere from 3 to 6 weeks, and I go back home to Jersey for a week and then come back. And all I really wanted to do was build my book of business, learn Houston, and meet people.
Right.
A year and some change later, I've done. I by that time I lost count of how many podcasts I'd been on, how many radio interviews I'd had. Co-wrote a book.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, co-wrote a book. I'll get you a copy. I didn't even think to bring it, man.
Cool.
So I
Now tell me where to
apologize,
buy it.
brother.
I'll support, bro.
My man. Yeah, man. And that went #1 on Amazon bestsellers for
Yo,
entrepreneurs.
What's up?
That was insane, man. Just opportunity. Public speaking has become a thing. Took a bit of a hiatus from that because it just became too much of a thing.
Yeah.
Right. But
I see that. I mean, you either got it or you don't. I can't. The public speaking thing is something that's always people laugh, man, because they're like, you do podcasting, bro. You talk all day. I was like, nah, it's different, man.
it's a completely
Yeah.
Just because you're funny, it doesn't mean you can be a comedian.
Yeah.
Right? It's two different things, man. It really is. It really is.
I said, man, when I get in front of people, I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, it's just
Deliveries. Oh man, so body language, reading the room. I mean, there's so many other things that in order for you to be a good public speaker, all of that really has to be second nature. You can't be thinking about all of that, right? If you're thinking, you're stinking. All that's got to be second nature.
Were you always a good public speaker, or did you took classes and studied on that as well?
No, man. So it's something that was. I never shied away from it.
Yeah. You don't strike me as the shy away type, anyway.
In that capacity, no, not really.
Yeah.
One thing that gets me is overthinking sometimes.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You get super analytical.
No, I could
Thinking about, and it becomes paralysis by analysis, right? If you're thinking about everything, you're not moving.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was always a thing for me. It's gotten much better now, but that was always a personal struggle for me. But the first time I was offered a mic, my thought process was, this is cool. I know something, and now I get to share that with everybody. All right, this is dope. Okay, cool. What I got to do?
Yeah.
Right. And it was hilarious, man, because it was a room of about 200 people. And I set up, and my back is
It's
to
your
them.
first go?
My first go.
Oh,
My back is to them, and
Yeah.
I'm looking at the PowerPoint and getting everything set up on the laptop. Bing, bang, boom. Get the mic. Tap, tap. We're good. Turned around and went, oh, shit.
hey, what are y'all doing here?
So start talking, and as God would have it, someone that I knew in the audience immediately asked a question. I was talking tech at the time.
Yeah.
I said about 2 or 3 things, and he asked a very good question. Answered that, a quick back and forth. Cool, he got it, and now I'm in my stride.
Okay.
So you know,
Yeah.
God hooked me up with that
Yeah.
one. You know, he easy with the training wheels. He left one on for me.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, man, and it was 30-minute conversation, and I was like, oh man, this is pretty dope. You know, and that kind of became a thing in that space.
Mhm.
And then over here with my approach to finance, it was like, oh, that's really cool. Can you come and talk to my church, my church group? We meet Wednesday nights, man. It's like a dozen guys. Sure.
Yeah.
You know, and then that kind of spun into more and more and more, and then podcasts and radio interviews. And one of the dopest ones was I got a call from somebody in Philadelphia. He is a transformational speaker.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about motivating and firing you up and rah-rah.
Yeah.
He wants to change you,
Yeah,
help you grow, right?
Damn. That's a different wording.
Yes.
Transformation.
Yes, man. Yeah, his guy's
okay.
name is Nate Evans Jr. He's absolutely incredible. Travels the entire country speaking. He does a lot of speaking in school districts.
Yeah, that's good.
You know, speaking to kids, man. But he does corporate level speaking and whatnot. And he said, "Hey, man, I'm having a 2-day. I'm having a summit, and we're talking about this, and that. And I have a financial panel of 3 people. I can make it 4 if you want to be a part of it."
I think I saw the promo for that.
Yeah, man. And it's called. It was beautiful, man. It really was
Man, it's
to
amazing.
to speak to an audience that was looking to grow.
Yeah.
They wanted to leave there better than when they walked in as human beings.
Right.
It was different. It was different. And to be a part of that, to be able to contribute to that,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's called the Get to Worthy Summit. It was amazing. It was such a blessing, such a godsend, man. And interestingly enough, I had a decision to make after that, man. There was a gentleman there and runs a high level speaking deal. You know, a course, a school program that he's got, and he said we need to talk. And I prayed on it, man. You know, and I'm not finished what I'm doing in finance yet.
Okay.
I have so much work that's got to be done here yet. I can use speaking as a tool in my box, but I've got too much work to do here yet.
You think is it an option down the road?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's what's up, man.
Yes.
You're good at it. You're well spoken. You're very knowledgeable, and seems like pretty much everything you talk about. Yeah.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
The biggest thing for me is understanding that which I'm blessed with.
Right.
You know, I've seen speakers, they have that James Earl Jones voice, and that's not me, brother. That skipped over me. You know, I've seen some of the funniest motivational speakers and guys and phenomenal storytellers. My blessing is connection.
Yeah.
I've seen people in the audience react to some of the things that I've said while on stage. And I know that for that person, they're the only one in the room right now.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
That's my blessing.
That's what's up.
So now, how do I use that? Right? To do his work. He gave it to me for a reason. He didn't give it to me to put it in my pocket.
Right.
Right? So how do I utilize that in a capacity that he wants me to? And I just sift through the opportunities and see where that will shine.
Yeah. Man. Yeah. So what do you got? What do you got on the horizon? What do you got coming up?
Yeah, a bit of a redirect in with regards to my business. It's something I've been very hesitant about, bro. You know, they say if you can service everybody, you're not going to service anybody.
Yeah.
And as painful as it is, that is accurate, right? So, my approach for 2025 is kind of, I made the announcement on Facebook, and I'm making the announcement here, man, to your audience. Breaking news. I am honing in on a demographic that has impacted my life more than they'll ever know, and I try to share it with the select few. But educators,
Okay. Yeah.
the teachers' pension system is complex and varies from state to state. I mean, New Jersey's got a 5-tier system. Like it's a lot.
Right.
Along with the common misconceptions of I've got a pension, I'm fine. My retirement years are no. It could be as much as a 50 to 60% pay cut when you go and you retire and all you have is your pension.
Yeah.
And in some states, teachers do not contribute to Social Security. So the pension
Dang,
is
I didn't
all
know
they
that.
will have
Yeah.
unless they do something else like a 403B, IRA. Annuities are huge for that, right? Anything else, something else to fill that gap,
Right.
right? But yeah, man, when I was in high school, 15 years old, my sophomore year, was going through it. Had an abusive stepfather, I mean, as it is, 15, you're trying to figure
Figure it
yourself
out.
out,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You're trying to be like him who's doing all kinds of things and,
Mhm.
just, and then to go home to that, it was tough. And I wasn't sleeping right, and falling asleep in class. And my English teacher, Miss Denise Corey, Absegami High School, Absecon, New Jersey. Shout out Miss Corey. She saw it, and she said, "Hey, what's going on with you?" When school started, she used to have this really cool star system in the back, and my name was up on one of her star students, and she had to take it down, and she said, you're slipping. Something's going on. What's wrong? You're sleeping a lot. And she used to let me take little cat naps,
Yeah.
especially the whole read silently to yourself kind of a thing. I was out, bro. But she said, one day, she said, you came in and you just went right to sleep, but I can't have that. What's going on? And man, I lied right to her face. Miss Corey, nothing, everything is fine, And it was partly because I didn't know how to express what was happening. I mean, how do I
It's a
didn't,
lot.
yeah, I didn't know how to say it. And my stepfather kicks the shit out of me. I don't know how to communicate that.
Right.
I didn't want anybody to get in trouble because I loved them. I loved my mom, so I didn't know how to react. So I'm fine. And she saw something hanging out of my notebook, and it was something that I'd written. I didn't have anybody to listen to me, but paper would, right? So I would just write my thoughts, write my feelings.
So like a journal.
Not on a notebook, on a
Yeah.
napkin, whatever.
Yeah.
Just I
whatever.
had to get it out,
Okay.
And bro, when I was done, cool, got it out. I literally right into the trash.
Yeah.
And she said, "What's this?" I wrote that last night, like 3:00 in the morning. I couldn't sleep. And she said, "This is incredible. Do you always do this?" I said, "Whenever I can't sleep." Yeah. She said, "Well, from now on, whenever you write, give it to me." She gave me extra credit. That helped me pass.
Dang.
I never forgot that. That feeling of, I see you. Sometimes you just need to be seen,
That's it, bro.
right? And she saw me. And that was enough for me to be seen. You fast forward 10 years later, I am the unit director of a Boys and Girls Club. And I made it a point to see every single kid in my building. And God is great. I had an incredible impact on those kids and still connected to them. Bro, I'm about to be 48 and still connected to these now adults with kids.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's because of people like Miss Corey It's because of people like Miss Polk, Susan Polk, when I was my second grade teacher.
You remember that, bro?
I can't forget it. Her classroom was a safe space for me. It's a place that I knew I was going to be okay. There was going to be food there. There was going to be friends there. I wasn't going to have to worry about, I wasn't going to be freezing cold because we didn't have heat, right? It was a safe space for me. Too young to understand it.
Right.
But looking back, why was Miss Polk one of my favorite teachers? Because she created that safe space for me. And I never, ever forgot what that felt like, right? And those moments are way beyond teaching. That's beyond the grades, right? That's connecting to the human spirit, to that soul, to that human being.
Man.
I got to do something for that. I have to say it, and it's got to be more than thank you for what you did for me. It's got to be more than because of what you did, look at what I've been able to do for these kids, for these people. It has to be more than that. And this is, God's given me this vehicle. I'm going to drive it, brother.
Yeah.
So now 2025 is going to be my approach to educate the educators, to thank them, to give back to them.
That's what's up, man.
They're very underserviced demographic because let's keep it a buck, man. How many teachers do you know are millionaires?
I can't tell you one.
Right?
Yeah.
Plenty of doctors, plenty of lawyers, plenty of corporate execs, but how many teachers, right? So they're not really sought after by people in my industry. Again, fine. Do me a favor, step to the left so I can go, and I'll do it.
Yeah, when it comes to finances and teachers, man, the only thing that I've ever known is they don't make money. Or enough money. I don't want to say they don't make money, but they don't make enough money for the services they provide. Services as in, damn, they grow in the youth, man. Teaching these kids about life a lot of times. It's surreal. Like you had a teacher, I remember a teacher that comes to mind for me was in the 9th grade, Cheryl Searcy, changed my everything. And they named the school after her right here in the Pearland.
No way.
Yeah, man. It was she let me tell you a crazy story. So I was every Veterans Day we go down to right here in Pearland and at the cemetery on 35 and we lay flags on the graves for the veterans, as a thank you. And not Veterans Day, Memorial Day, excuse me. And Miss Cersei had passed away when I was in Iraq, one of my tours. And I didn't get to say thank you. I didn't get to say that goodbye or I appreciate everything you did for me. So I was out there laying flags and just out of the entire cemetery, which is thousands and thousands of people.
Don't even say me.
Bro,
Don't
I
even
walked
tell
by
me. No
and
way.
I saw hers and I was like, what?
No way.
What are the odds, man? So I spent a good 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes there just talking, just saying like, hey, thank you. And just like it tripped me out because I got back in the car and I was like, all these people, all these places, I could have went anywhere, but I went over there and I was just
I'm convinced, man, every now and then God goes, I got you. And it's like, oh man, you just flexed on that one, bro.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, man. I mean, listen, I don't know how y'all talk to God, but me and God, we real dope. We're real cool.
Same.
Yeah,
same.
we talk to each other like that,
I got to get back on it, man. I'll be honest with you. My praying and everything has kind of been slipping. You know how they say, man, you pray for the things that you want, and then when you start having them, sometimes you forget that you need to continue to pray, not just for asking for things, just for thanks.
Yeah.
And I need to get back on it. I noticed that. I definitely got to fix that.
You know what works for me is I no longer pray for specifics. Nothing specific. Yeah, I've learned not to pray for anything specific.
Right.
Pray for what's best because
Yeah.
I think I know what I want,
but
he knows what I need.
Yeah.
Right? So I no longer will pray for this client. Oh God, please let me land this client, man, because it could be the worst client
Right.
ever.
Yeah.
Right? Please God, let this situation work out as it's supposed to.
Okay, I feel you.
right? And then when it does work out, however it works out, be thankful, be grateful. It's hard to be grateful and angry at the same time,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You know what's going on right here, right now. You have no clue what's going to go on 6 months, six years from now, right?
Yeah.
Trust them. Trust them, and we get so wrapped up in the day to day, we lose sight of that.
We forget sometimes.
We lose sight of that. And as I'm telling you, I'm reminding myself because it happens, bro. A lot of times people tell me a lot, they thank me for some of the things that I share on Facebook, very transparent, right? And sometimes those are things that I'm telling myself. Like, I need to hear this right now, right? And I'm sure that if I do, somebody else out there does too.
Yeah. No, that's 100%. That's 100%. I know a lot of things I share about my recovery and about my sobriety, and I don't do it to brag. I do it to show other people, like, hey, this shit is possible.
And I'm glad
bro.
you said that, man, because I need to get this off my heart, bro. I have such a high level of respect for you and people like you. What I mean by that is, it's one thing to overcome what you have, right? Next level, to be grateful and to do good things with. But to then, in front of God and everybody, to say, hey, this is what I went through. This is where I'm at right now. This is the work that I've put in. If I can, you can too.
Yeah.
At no point in time is it's almost like it's not about you. It's through you, about someone who needs to hear it.
100%.
And I love that so much. It's almost like you create things like this. You've built this spotlight to put it on people that need it.
Yeah.
Right? So when I'm offered the spotlight, when I'm offered the mic, it's like, cool, this dude created it. He's letting me borrow it for a half hour. Who needs it? Right? And I love, respect, and appreciate you for that, bro.
Thank you, man.
For sure, man.
Thank you.
For sure.
That's it, man. I just try to share a message that at one point in my life, I needed to hear myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To say, hey, man, it's okay to struggle.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's okay not to be okay. Changes are possible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Recovery is possible. Alcohol and drugs is not the answer. It's a numbing agent to help you forget what the actual problems are. And
when it wears off, the problems are still there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And sometimes it makes things worse. But getting clean and getting in trouble here in the city, man, was best day of my life. And people always tell me, man, like, yo, you didn't have to get in trouble to get clean. You didn't have to get in trouble to do all this.
Sometimes you got to hit rock bottom. Right?
I tell them one thing in my life I've always learned, man. How do you learn life lessons? I always learn the fucking hardest way possible. You know what I'm saying? That's how I learned. And it's always been me, man. It's always been me. And I'm just I'm in a place in my life right now where I can share the successes, but at the same time I do share the struggles. There's a lot of things I still wish I could do, like go out and be at different places and do things like that. But sometimes I just know, like, hey, that's probably not the best option. That's probably not the best idea, or things like that. But it's just,
and we all have that in some capacity, right?
Right.
Certain things. For me, I very much enjoy the feeling that I get at a blackjack table or a craps table.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So you know what I do? I keep my narrow ass out of there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The last time I gambled, there's a casino in Atlantic City called the Borgata that opened up, I don't know, man, 20 some odd years ago.
Yeah.
And I went with my wife and we said, all right, I got $200. You've got $200. Let's go play. I lost mine in about 20 minutes. She gave me like $50 of hers. I lost that in about 20 seconds. She takes her $150, gets all that money back playing the nickel slots.
Yeah.
Nickel price is right, as a matter of fact.
People, I don't understand how they do that.
That was the last time I gambled.
Yeah.
I love that feeling. I know I love it, so I stay away. Never, had issues, but I know that's a tendency. So I'm not even gonna flirt with it, man. One fantasy football league, that's it.
Yeah.
That's the extent of my gambling.
Yeah, knowing, man, and it's so easy now, bro.
What? Right from your phone?
Yeah, man, it's so easy. You can gamble on anything.
Yeah,
literally anything.
That would probably be, and I don't know. Now I'm just taking a stab in the dark, but that would probably be a more difficult addiction than drugs or alcohol.
Yeah, because it's everywhere. Well, I mean, so is drugs and alcohol if you're hanging around the right people. Wrong people, but you know what I mean. Yeah, but.
But yeah, man. So, I know I've got that tendency and I've never gone down that path.
That's good, man.
Thank God. So,
but you're smart enough to know that.
That's my point, right?
Strong
The
enough.
awareness that you have, it's like, that looks like fun. Sucks I can't go. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Then, people ask me a lot of times, man, like, hey, why do you continue to do it? Well, honestly, because I've ganged a lot. I've ganged so much. I would never be in the situation I am right now without being clean and sober. I would never have the things that I have. I wouldn't have that brand new baby. My brand new baby, Charlie, wouldn't be in the picture. House, things, business, everything. I've been blessed with opportunity. And I just want to share the message now, man.
You know what's helped me too, right? Like, so I went through a lot as a kid, went through a lot of my teens that led to, in my 20s, I essentially lived a life of survival.
Okay.
At one point in time, I was working one job from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. I'd leave there and go and work a different job from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m.
This is
that was 0 stars. Would not recommend. Right?
Yeah.
But I had a kid to feed and bills to pay.
Right.
So that was life for me, and as time went on, I eventually, got a better gig and turned into a career path. But survival mode was my normal.
Right.
Now, then you get into, I'm into my 30s and kind of start to wean away from that. But with that, I can do it. I'll run through a brick wall if I have to, right? There's a level of fury and anger that comes with that, right? And it's harnessing that to do good, to do positive, right? But in my 30s, this anger shit is kind of old.
Man, yeah.
It's starting to wear on me. Like, at what point in time does it transition from motivation to an anchor? Like, I feel like I almost can't grow anymore because I'm always I'm going to, So, started to, in my mid-30s, I'm just going to be more positive. I don't know what that looks like, but I'm going to be that, and started to change my DNA, man. People say, oh, man. And I've had people ask me, good friends, coming from from an authentic place, bro, you always really this happy?
I know.
And I'm like, happy is a strong word, bro.
Yeah.
You know what? But I'm always just grateful.
Yeah.
And at times I'll forget and I ask for his grace and then I continue that path of gratitude, But just like you, somebody cuts me off, I might get a little ticked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I actually, especially here in H-Town, bro.
Oh, bro.
I have learned to leave ridiculously early and just take my time.
You got to, man. You got
Someone
to.
wants to, it's great. Go ahead, bro. Here, did you need to go too? Go for it.
Me driving, ask anyone, they be like, man, you drive like an old man. I said, what's the rush? We got plenty of time. We got plenty of time. Somebody want to go around me. I ain't got nowhere to go.
Anything and everything that I can do to protect my energy. And that's difficult because to get to this point, I had to cut people off.
Yeah.
People that are not bad people.
Right.
It's one thing if you're sucking the energy out of my life and you're a bad dude,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But if you genuinely love me, but it's not conducive to my growth as a human being. I love you, but I gotta go.
Right.
You know, and that was those decisions were some of the most difficult I had to make. Less scars, you know. Full disclosure, man, I miss my dudes. I really do, right? But you know what? They're right where I left them.
People, places, things, bro.
Right where I left them.
That's the number one thing in recovery, man. The first thing you do is change people, places, things.
And coming here, all new place with all new people
Shining,
and all new
bro.
things.
Shining.
Christ Almighty, man. I mean, it's just the opportunities are endless here, you know. And yeah.
And y'all doing the damn thing with the veteran chamber, man. I see the growth, and it's insane. I'm excited for you guys, man. Y'all hustling, y'all doing the thing, and it's showing, you know. And I see it. I text John the other day. Was like, man, I see you, bro. That's all I wanted to say. Was like, I see you. Yeah. And
it's the things, and I've only been involved in the chamber a little over a year and a half, and the growth has been incredible. Insane. And I'm not talking about, oh, we're up to X amount of members. No. I'm talking about the difference that we're making.
Yeah.
The impact. There's legislation that's about to change for veteran-owned businesses.
That's what it's
because of the work that we're putting in.
Amazing.
That's huge. That is huge to make sure that you, the veteran business owner, is accounted for and are seen.
It's amazing.
Right? That's the work that the chamber is putting in. And there are levels to that, man. You know, sometimes it's just a mixer. Other business owners, everybody get together, you know, break some bread, get to know each other's businesses, get to know each other as people, you know, bond only the way we can.
Right.
Right? That's one of the things that I love when people say, oh, so what's different about your guys' chamber? Like, we're veterans, man.
Yeah.
We speak a whole other language.
Yeah.
You know, which is funny. My wife is the only paid employee from the chamber.
Oh, is she?
Everybody else is a volunteer. We do this because we love the mission. My wife is the admin for the chamber. And it's funny, man. Her first days, because we both work from home, man, God is good. So she would, you know, call me over to her office and she's like, so what's an FOB? Like, it's a forward operating base, babe. Yeah. So you got to think, right? You've got the main base and then you've got everything that's going down. The forward operating base is in between, right? So that the Marines don't have to go all the way back, right? You just right there. She's, oh, okay. So that's why we call Conroe an FOB, right? That's what Honor Cafe is, right? So members can just go there instead of all the way downtown.
Right.
Just go right to that forward operating base. Oh, okay, got it. And now, man, you should hear her.
That's awesome, dude.
You should hear her.
She picked up on the lingo.
Oh, did she ever, man? Did she ever? And she's just spreading her wings, man. Bro.
That's awesome.
But yeah, the chamber's doing some great work. I'm so, you know, and you and I touched on that in my previous interview.
Yeah.
You know, my time in the Marine Corps was shortened medical discharge, only just 2 years, right? And the chamber's been my way of balancing that.
Yeah, I don't. That's one of the things that I've always disliked about veterans, man. When they say, "I only did this amount of time."
Yes,
I own that. Nah.
And you know what you know, you say that, and I used to say I only did 2 years, like it was a bid. You know, like I did a stint in the county. You know, I only did 2 years. You know.
I used to say I did time overseas, and people would be like, I was like, no, I was in the military.
Yeah, right. You know, so that's still, it is not my normal yet. It's still something that I have to be cognizant of and consciously say, yes, I served for 2 years.
Yeah,
and then explain, it was cut short, medical discharge. Cool. You know, stop using words like just, you know, or only.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And that's an adjustment for me. You know, old dog, new tricks. I'm gonna learn it. Right?
You got it, man.
So, you know, but yeah, that's been a thing, you know, and I got so much out of the Marine Corps. It's in the fiber of everything that I do. This is my opportunity to finally get, and I've given it back. And I, you know, retrospect, some of the things that I've learned, I've instilled in teams that I've run over the years.
Right.
So there's that aspect of it, but this is like meant to the 10th power.
Yeah.
To be able to impact a veteran's business.
That's it, man. That's
and their
everything.
Family, and help them grow to the point where now they need to hire employees. Who are they going to look for? They're going to hire veterans.
Yep.
Right. And to be a part of that and the creation and the building of it.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. Like God's flossing right now.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Just sitting back watching, man. I told you I had to step away because I was doing what you mean, trying to get this everything situated, And now that it's finally coming back, I'm like, all right, I need to jump back into these networking things. I need to jump back into the chamber. I need to jump back into, different things because, man, it's meeting new people, growth, opportunity. It's all out
Brother,
there.
when you sent me that message, man, I'm surprised you didn't hear me smile. It was truly ear to ear. I was like, yes.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
So I was like, I said, man, first January, I'm doing this all. And make changes, get everything, man, rolling.
And that's because it told me two things. Number one, you were stable because I knew there was transition, right? And you don't do things like that in the midst of chaos.
Right.
That's a once this stuff settles down, I'll get to that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that told me that number one, things had settled down and you were in a much better place, right? Two, we were a fit now because clearly we were not.
Yeah.
Right? Just things were not in good alignment.
Right.
It was not conducive to you helping you grow your business. And now it is.
Yeah,
right.
It definitely is, man. Because I see the growth. I see y'all coming down this way. I see things like that. Because when I first did the business thing, I was like, okay, chamber, Houston chamber, Pearland chamber. Let me see about this local thing first. With great people over here. Don't get me wrong, but it's like, man, I need my people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Feels like home, man.
Because it's just like I always tell this to my girlfriend too. I was like, veterans support veterans. I said, I don't care what it is. He could sell dirt and I could get it for free over here, but I'm going to buy that dirt just because he sells it. And it's things like that. And she's like, for real? I was like, yeah, it's what we do.
It's it.
It's
don't worry about your six. I got your six. You focus, head and eye straight to the front. Focus on the task at hand.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Right. It's how we function, man.
That's it, bro.
So when you offer the opportunity to come down here, I'm like, game.
Yeah.
I don't have the following I had on social media after the hack. I'm still rebuilding. But man, my 1,100 followers are going to see you.
Man, hey, that's crazy. I notice a lot of that happened to a lot of people recently too, man. And that's one of the things that scares me. And that's another reason I went and got verified, because they stop a lot of that bullshit before.
Yeah, do the 2-step authentication, do all of it, man.
Sometimes it don't even hurt to just get that little blue check, man.
It was tough, man. I was pushing 5,000 followers.
Everything's surrounded around social media now, bro. Everything, business, life, everything.
Yeah,
contacts.
I lost so many connections because my public speaking ramped up, and anytime I'd go somewhere, I'd go and I'd speak at a venue, at a function, and I'd get half a dozen more connections.
Yeah.
And then those people, when I would post something, would tag, hey, this is the guy that I was telling you about, and that continued to spider out.
Yeah.
I would get meetings. I'd get appointments with people that I never met before. I'm like, hey, how'd this come about? Oh, my cousin saw you speak at this function, blah, 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 and she said I should probably talk to you. Oh, okay, great. How can I help you out?
Yeah.
And so much deeper than just another client, just another sales, just making change. She said that you like to work with single moms. I do. How can I help you out? And I literally make $1. Literally in some cases, right? But the impact.
That's what it's about.
It's tremendous.
You saw it, the struggle.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're going through, and I know what your kids are going through.
Yeah.
So thank you. I want you to take a bow for booking this appointment and making change. You want to know how? You want to know what to do? Congratulations, you just did it.
Right. Yeah.
Now what? Now what are we going to do?
Now what?
Right? Now what? Yeah, you remember. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Now what? Right?
Yeah,
You're here.
man.
You got, all right, now what?
Yeah.
Whether it's good, whether it's bad, that was a reminder for me, man. When I was
Yeah.
off social media for a month and a half. All right, now what?
Yeah.
Now what am I going to do? And it's interesting. Some of the people that reached out the way they did, once I finally got back on my feet, my guy Chris Fahey, who has a huge following,
Yeah.
immediately post and tag and put the shine on me, put the spotlight on me.
Is he in the chamber?
He is. He's actually, more breaking news, he's actually going to be running our social media for us now.
Oh, yeah?
He is. He's going to be our director of social media.
That's
yeah.
what's up. You definitely got to make the connect, man, so we can get him on.
Yeah,
there.
he's an incredible human being, man. I just, very much like you, man, took everything that he's been through, and is doing so much good with it and because of it. At Camp, it's almost like Camp Hope is just the epicenter for him because he's doing so much more beyond PTSD Foundation.
Yeah. Did he go through the program?
Did.
He did?
Did.
Yeah. Amazing, man.
Yeah, man.
That's amazing.
And
to that happens, man. I know, as I know, a lot of veterans struggle through things and then they find that you necessarily don't have to struggle alone and that you can make changes. And I think that you can make a change. So let me show you how I did it. And it's possible. Not to try to school you, just try to hey, I'm a guide you, but the rest is up to you. You know what I'm saying?
He's a phenomenal human being, man. I love that dude's spirit. I watch him work sometimes, because from a professional perspective, it's a balance, right? Because his job is to help raise funds.
Right.
Camp Hope is expensive.
Yeah.
Right? It's a nonprofit, man. So somebody's got to pay for it, right?
Right.
They rely on donations.
Mm-hmm.
And he does such an amazing job at connecting your dollar with that work. It's amazing. It is absolutely beautiful to watch the difference that he makes. Because I know where that dollar's going. I've been to Camp Hope. He gave me a tour.
Yeah.
I saw the work that they do there. I've seen rehab centers where family day, you're in a room on a metal table, almost like it's a prison, right? And their family area, man, it's a park.
Mm-hmm.
They got swings there and stuff for the kids to do, man. And it's.
I've been to it when it first started. I went there as a supporter. I haven't been in many years, man. I need to swing by and check it out again.
It's an amazing facility. They do God's work there, man. I really wish it's one of those things I wish I could contribute more in some capacity. But I do what I can to give them shine. As a matter of fact, whenever I do any form of public speaking on behalf of the chamber, I open with PTSD Foundation.
Yeah.
I talk about there are tons of things in place for the broken and the disabled veteran. And thank God there are, because we need PTSD Foundation.
Right.
We need Camp Hope.
Mm-hmm.
We need Wounded Warrior.
Yeah.
Right. We need all of these things. Yep. Right. We've earned it. Right. But what's there for the veteran business owner that just needs help selling widgets?
Yeah.
What's there for the guy that, hey, listen, man, I need to build a website. How do I do this?
Mm-hmm.
What's there for the woman that has grown her business to the point where now she needs HR support? I don't know how to hire people. How do I do this? What's there for that veteran?
Right.
Not much.
Yeah.
Not much. And I'm proud to say that that's where the Houston Regional Veterans Chamber of Commerce comes into play.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we don't have that direct support from within, we have connections that we can connect you to.
So what's the next events y'all got coming up?
We are literally planning 2025 as we speak. We're now going to have we're gonna go from one mixer per month, 1 to 2 mixers per month, to 1 per week.
Oh dang! Y'all get
over
like
Houston.
Yeah, good, man. That's amazing.
1 in Conroe, 1 in Katy, 1 in Pasadena, every single week in a different location. And then once a quarter downtown at a restaurant called Cowboys and Indians.
Mm-hmm.
Really awesome food, dude.
I've never been there.
It's a blend between Texan and Indian food. And as they put it, Indian with the dot, not the feather. Yeah, that's on their napkins. I love it. It's hilarious.
You can say
dude.
that?
Yeah, that's what I was like. Ooh.
Yeah.
They were like, well, if they're saying it,
I guess it's okay.
That's how they put it out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the menu, even it's like all Texas stuff on this side, the brisket and whatnot, and then all straight Indian food on this side, curry and stuff, and then the fusion in the middle. So
That's insane.
Yeah, man.
All right, I'm going to check that out.
It's intense, man. So we're gonna be there once a quarter.
Okay.
And that's right downtown, right?
Yeah.
So now we're up north, we're on the west side, we're on the southeast side, and then one's right in the middle.
Man.
And that's just mixers.
Yeah.
We've got someone else now. We've got a coordinator for to operate in the corporate sponsor space to help bring in the bigger dollars, right?
Yeah.
To get the bigger functions, the expos that we're involved in all over this, not just Houston.
Yeah.
But I mean, my wife and I went out to San Antonio. We did some work out there.
Okay.
Growth. We're going to be in Austin in, I believe, February. We're headed over there.
Y'all just recently had the big event, the air show, right?
That is massive on so many levels.
Yeah.
So we had the biggest, baddest tent there, bro.
Oh,
we had
man.
22 veteran-owned businesses in there.
I always want to go, but it's insane over there. The people, the traffic, the everything.
Once you're in there, though.
Yeah, I guess that's it. And maybe get there early, leave early. I don't know. Yeah,
you got to get there early.
Yeah.
You either got to get there early or like midday when everybody's already in. But then you're gonna miss out.
I remember a few years back, I used to just park over there at I don't think it burned down, the American Legion.
Okay.
And they used to let us just park in there and chill and just watch the flight. Never actually went in.
Okay.
Yeah. So we saw the.
So man, the veteran business marketplace, man. This year we were sponsored by Walmart.
Oh yeah.
They came on heavy duty. We were sponsored by Xfinity.
Okay.
They came on heavy supporters of all the work that we're doing, enabling us to do more work. And man, we're probably going to have to expand. We had a 40 by 60 tent, packed.
Yeah.
Packed.
Amazing.
And we're probably going to have to go to a 40 by 80 this year. Bro, it started out with a 10 by 10 pop-up.
I remember that.
With half a dozen guys battling for elbow space.
Yeah.
And now we got this massive tent, and it's only getting bigger.
And it shows the work y'all putting in, man. It's amazing.
It's a blessing.
I've always my hat to Dave and John, man, and they've been putting in that work.
Yeah.
So that's amazing. Man, this was your first rodeo season, huh?
Yeah.
How did you like that?
Yes. So we went to the first rodeo. I was here.
Okay.
But I didn't want to go without my wife.
Okay.
So I didn't go in previously. But we went this year.
Massive, ain't it? It's crazy.
It was in a good way.
Yeah.
Insane.
I know, man.
I've never seen that many people in one location. And I've been to Times Square in New York.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
And it's just different, right? That many people in one place for one thing, and everybody was cool.
And it's all love, bro.
That's the thing. Again, full disclosure, right? There are not many Puerto Ricans here.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't know what it is, but my wife and I, we don't blend in well, right? People say, y'all not Mexican. No, we're not Mexican.
Yeah,
what are y'all, Honduran or something? No, we're Puerto Rican. Oh, wow. And like, we're different, right? It's so funny, man. It's so funny, especially when we start to talk.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, shit. You hear the accent.
Those key words, right? So we don't really blend in, but it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
We're from the East Coast, and we were at the rodeo, and we felt like we belonged.
Yeah, man. That's
It was beautiful. The best barbecue I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just it's just beautiful. Like I'm actively recruiting friends and family members to come down.
Yeah. Who'd y'all get to see anybody? Who'd y'all see?
So that's the one we didn't. We did everything around.
Okay. Yeah.
next year we're going to actually go in. We're going to see who we want to go see, you know, and then go and check them out.
Yeah, man,
you know,
it's a blast. It's always amazing. Every year I let my daughters pick one each.
Yeah.
And of course they're different.
Yeah.
One will pick rap. My oldest always picks Bum B Day.
Yeah.
And then my little one picks one of these country singers.
And that's the thing, right? You know, to talk, Houston is such a melting pot of diversity, man. It's crazy to see, you know, to like from one day to the next, you know, you'll have one of the biggest country stars and then 50 Cent, you know, and it's like, and it's just as packed on both days, you know? So yeah, it's pretty dope, man. I love it. It's
man,
crazy.
it's been an honor having you, bro. I really appreciate all the conversation.
Likewise,
and every
bro.
time. Man, we want to say Merry Christmas, actually. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody out there. Again, this is going to be back rolling on a consistent basis. Y'all be sure to follow my man, Lou. How do they follow you, bro?
Yeah, so due to some social media hacking that went down, I now have an alias, I guess we can call it, Benevolent Advisor on Facebook. Please feel free. It's open to everyone. Maybe that's what got me jammed up before, right? But access is my biggest thing, right? Always providing access to information. And Facebook is my tool for that. So yeah, you can follow me on Facebook, Benevolent Advisor. If you ever have any questions, any capacity, and it has to do with $, do not hesitate to shoot me a DM. Hey man, I don't understand how does an IRA work? How much life insurance should I get? You know, it's because for me, it's about the information.
Right.
It's about getting the information out to those of us that need it the most.
Yeah, man. You guys, thank you again for tuning in. Be sure to follow, share, like, subscribe. And again, if it's a holiday season, be sure to check on your friends and family. And if you're in a crisis, be sure to dial 988. If you're a veteran, press 1. You can also text that number. So you guys, it's okay not to be okay. Check on your friends and family. We love you. As always, Charlie Mike.
Blessings.
Thank you all for listening to Charlie Mike, the podcast.